just like no other. I find that whether I have a booked schedule or not, the home still just gets neglected, and we're spending more time outside. We're embarking in more activities outside of the home, and so things just start to need some extra TLC. So this video in particular is walking you through a few days of homemaking. In the last few months, I don't think I've made sourdough at all, and you can tell based on my starter. So we're gonna start there. I wanted to make some sourdough bread since I can't have a lot of breads due to the folic acid that is found in them. So the way to be able to have sandwich bread, if I want to make a sandwich, is really to make my own bread or try to find another artisan loaf that somebody else has made. But having the skill of making sourdough makes it really easy to just make my own bread. But like I said, in the summer, it's a little bit less appealing to make bread just because of how warm the house gets. Even with air conditioner, like adding the oven on to such a high heat when I don't need to is just something I try to avoid. But we did have a few cooler days this week, and so I decided it was time to get my starter back in good order and make some bread. Also, I haven't talked to you guys in a few weeks, but we still have a lot of our setup from 4th of July out that we've been slowly starting to pack away. And one of the things that I ended up setting out was some vases and pitchers with flowers on the tables as arrangements. And since then, I haven't had any flowers in the house. So I went outside to pick some of my hydrangeas. These plants were starting to droop over, and so I thought it'd be beautiful to bring them in rather than letting them droop on the ground, and they made a beautiful centerpiece in our kitchen. As I go around and just give my home some TLC that it desperately needs, because like I said, really since the beginning of July, I have not done much within the home. I've honestly been just trying to survive here, and so a lot of the things that I normally would do have been neglected, and so I was really just craving a refresh of this space. And it got me thinking, as we're nearing the end of summer, we still have about a whole month left. I consider fall the beginning of September personally, but we still have a whole nother month left, and I don't want to rush summer, but there is something about the fall season that just gets me so motivated to care for my home, get creative, decorate, and just be inspired within my home to get that itch to want to just take some more time to think about my spaces, give it a refresh, be creative in the home. And something that I am really looking to do this fall season going into winter, these are the seasons where I tend to be more likely to go to the thrift store or buy new decor for the holidays and the different seasons. And this year I'm trying to be very mindful of what I'm consuming. It's easy to say that, but it's another thing to actually implement it. And so really trying to look at pieces that I already have in my home. How can I be creative and repurpose and reuse those items to make my space look new, make it feel cozy and inviting and inspiring, but without going out and spending money as the seasons change and as I get bored of my typical setup. One of the places that we spend a majority of our time is this living room, and so for me, after a month or two of seeing the same decor, everything laid out exactly the same, I definitely start to want to rearrange some things just to give it a new, fresh feel. And so all summer I've had the same decor out, haven't done much with it since I put out my summer decor, but it just needed a little refresh. So something as simple as I changed out a few books on this bookshelf. I really wanted to pull some greens, so I took this throw pillow that was in the office and I brought it out here. I swapped out this lamp that was in our office and put it out here. So learning to get creative with the items that we already have is something that I really want to embrace, not only for saving money and being resourceful and using what we already have, but also to use my creativity within my homemaking. There are so many ways in homemaking that we can use our creativity to make our spaces beautiful, to provide for our family in a beautiful way. We just have to sometimes think outside of the box in order to do so without breaking the bank or over consuming. And so that's something that I'm really going to be focusing on for the next foreseeable future, just to make sure that I'm not bringing more in than we really need. One of the things that I wanted to do in this video was actually DIY this mirror. So this mirror was in our basement. It was actually left behind from the previous owner, and it just wasn't my style, so we were just leaving it downstairs. I kept telling my husband, like, we should just donate it or sell it or something like that. But then I was thinking, I ended up moving in our library/office. I ended up moving the Lord's Supper or the Last Supper painting that we have in there, and I moved that into our kitchen in our dining nook. So I had this blank wall in our office, and I kept saying that I was going to look for a piece of art at the thrift store or at the antique store. And ideally someday I would love to find a beautiful piece that I can put there. However, going along with the theme of this video, I was thinking about, what do I already have that I could put in that place for the meantime and the foreseeable future? And I was thinking about the mirror that I had downstairs in the basement, and I thought it would be perfect for this space because our little library is a small space, and so adding mirrors does help to make the space look bigger, to look more open. And also I could use my creativity to DIY the mirror to make it look a little bit more like something that I would enjoy, and also use the mirror that's just sitting in the basement. And so that is what I decided to do. I ended up going to Lowe's and I just bought a black spray paint, and I spray painted the frame of the mirror. And then I went in with gold rub and buff, and originally I thought I was going to rub and buff the entire thing, and I started to do that and immediately regretted that decision. It was not coming out the way that I wanted it at all. So I ended up re-spray painting over on top of the rub and buff, and then just going in and doing subtle details around the ornate pieces on the frame. And I think it looks really good, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So that I'm excited to share with you guys. I think it really is a nice touch on that wall. And then eventually in that room, we still will be painting it green on all the walls to match the alcove we have in there. And so I think the black frame with the gold will look really beautiful against the green walls. While that is drying, I also got back to working on my sourdough bread. So this sourdough recipe does take a day or so from start to finish. So I fed it a day ago, then I let the starter activate, and then the next day I was able to mix the flour, perform my stretch and folds, and then the next day is when I actually got them in the bannetins and then baked them later that evening. And so you can do this in about 24 hours, this recipe, but based on the time that I started it and got it going, it took a little bit longer. But the first loaf that I made in this video didn't turn out as great. It just didn't rise as much because I didn't give it the full rise time that it was calling for. But the second loaf I made actually turned out really well. That's not in this video, but I was really happy with how the second loaf came out. I also don't normally use the plastic or Ziploc bags. I just ran out of towels that I usually put over, and so I just used what I had. And then for actually installing the mirror, I found these. I heard another YouTuber talk about them, and they're a way to hang like heavy pictures and mirrors on the wall without having to have all these rigged systems. And so these claw clip type things are really, really cool. And they worked really well, and these hold up to 65 pounds, I believe. Really good if you're looking for a way to hang your artwork or your mirrors and you want to make sure it's really secure on the wall. These were super secure, and I was happy with how they turned out. Another thing I had been thinking about is this pew bench that we have in our dining nook, and I had been wanting to get some kind of storage system that could go under this bench, but because it has reinforced bars that are on diagonals underneath the seat, it's really impossible to find anything that would go the entire length of the bench because of those bars that come down. So I was thinking about adding a basket under here that had extra tablecloths and napkins, linens, things like that that would be used for the kitchen specifically. And that's what I decided to do. I think it's really cute. It added just a little extra touch under there, and the basket detail is beautiful. The colors match beautifully, and I thought that that was really fun and a creative way to clear up some space in my linen closet because we have a pretty small space there, and it'll be a great, easy place to grab from when I need to.